Hello, everyone. So this is an update on my record collection. So back with some more. Didn't expect to get so many as of recent, but I did. So this is Stevie Wonder Intervisions. So this is my second favorite of his releases after Songs in the Key of Life. I saw it at like this retro kind of store, and I was thinking, I'll get that. It's only $18. Anyways, really good. Quite political in some aspects. Really, really good arrangements. Really good vocals. Like it a lot. And this is the new Chat Pile album that actually doesn't come out until tomorrow. So this is, well, Hayden and also Hayden Hideo. So In the Earth Again is what it's called. It's a collaborative album with Oak. I think he's born in Texas, currently lives in Oklahoma. Hayden Hideo with the Oklahoma noise rock band Chat Pile. So from hearing this, I would personally say I don't think it's quite as good as their first two albums, but it's still pretty good. Or I don't think it's as good as Remove Your Skin Please either, but it's still a pretty good release. But it's also probably their maybe their most experimental release yet. So Hayden Hideo, it's kind of a really weird collaborative project because Hayden Hideo is like an American Privatism, like Northern American classical music kind of musician. His music's instrumental, in Chad Pile's music is really heavy and aggressive, which it's kind of a lot tamer, a lot lighter than their other stuff. There's some songs on this that are pretty heavy though, so they kind of still do incorporate the sludge kind of sound, but it also has a lot of post metal stuff and like some drones and psychedelics and all this other stuff. Still really good though. I think maybe it might be better. Actually, now that I think about it, it might be better than might be maybe they're my second or I don't know. I actually know. It's probably maybe they're yeah. It's probably not as good as releases I mentioned, but it is still has a lot of good songs on this. Like it a lot. Hayden Padeo also dropped a pretty good album this year too. So shout out to him. Next up, we have Mr. Fug Isolation by the Virginia, multi instrumentalist, multi genre musician. But first, before we go into that, we'll go into these first. So the label sent me these free things, uh, which is cool. So this is Spill slash Orange Fever. It's like a 7-inch single lyric sheet that comes with. And this is the 7-inch. Let me go let my dog in. Give me a second, guys. Coming, bud. And Orange Fever is a really good song. I think Spill's not quite as good, even though the EP is called Spill. And Orange Fever is also the first track of the EP. So. And then this is like another one of like his black metal like project. I think he did it like a couple years ago. I think this is okay. I don't know. It's not like I'm not super into this one, but it's fine. I gotta admit, but even though I like black metal, it's one of my favorite metal genres. But he's definitely a really talented guy. Definitely does all different kinds of genres. It's pretty incredible, I think. Um, Hold on. And then, this is Mr. Fug Isolation by Virginia, multi-genre musician. On this, he's a rapper though. He does Memphis rap. So this was my favorite of his studio albums up until this one came out. But I think my favorite release overall is still probably Uneven Compromise. That like 10-minute song he did. I don't know. I didn't make the covers. I can't say. Yeah, it's probably just Photoshop or something. But I think what I guess they did with this must be like I think this is the cassette cover when it first got released, and then this is like the Bandcamp cover, and then this one is like when I think it first got a vinyl copy, and then this is the cover that everyone likes that people know about. Is the one when it got on Spotify finally. So, so it's very kind of vulgar. It's very well produced. It's vulgar, but also features some pretty decent lyrical stuff. Some darker elements too, and some more experimental elements as well. So generally a really fun release. Kind of a weird humorous, very, very vulgar release, but still very good. And up next, we have another album by Little Ugly Mane, Volcanic Bird Enemy, and The Voice Concerned, which is my new favorite of his studio releases. So this is his like an album he dropped out of the blue, I think in 2021, I think is when it came out. And this is not a rap album at all. Instead, it's a experimental and like art pop, like indie tronic, psychedelic, just crazy, different, all different kinds of crazy genres it pulls on this. Um, Probably is by far his most diverse and maybe even like experimental out of his studio albums, I'd say. It's really fun though, really catchy, very quotable. So white record. So there's Volcanic on that side. On that side is his Bird Enemy. And then oh, and also forgot to mention the Mr. Pug Isolation vinyl contains on the D side, it contains like a bunch of avant-garde jazz, like free jazz and stuff on the D side. And it says voiced and then concerned. Yeah, but anyways, really, really good stuff. Like it a lot. My dog likes to bark. I didn't realize. All right, and last one. Hold on. Give me a second. There we go. Last one. Okay, so this is the new album by Horror. You know, spelled HO9909. The New Jersey experimental rap, hardcore punk, punk rap duo from New Jersey. Their new album's called Tomorrow We Escape. So I think this is definitely the best thing they've done yet, which I didn't really like a lot of their other releases, but this is definitely a step in the right direction. Definitely the best thing they've done yet, for sure. So I always kind of felt like they had a lot of potential. They just weren't using it properly. And I think they finally made something really good. Really fun release, very catchy, really in your face, raw and noisy. Like it a lot. And that's about it. Thank you guys for watching. Bye.